Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're reading The Giraffe and the Pelly and Me, part 2. And this is all made by Ron Dahl, all credit goes to him, and illustrated by Quayton Blake. Let's get started. Let's recap where we left off. The Shapeshifter unfolded the letter and began to read. Dear Sirs, I saw your notice as I drove by this morning. I've been looking for a decent window cleaner for the last 50 years, but I have not found one yet. My house has 677 windows in it. Whoa, that's a lot of windows he's got, not counting the greenhouse, and all of them are filthy, dirty, and smashed. Kindly come here and see me as soon as possible. Yours truly, Hampshire. That's added the Shapeshifter in a voice filled with awe and respect. Was written by His Grace, the Duke of Hampshire, in his own hand. The Giraffe said to Shapeshifter, Please tell His Grace, the Duke, that we will be with him as soon as possible. The Shapeshifter touched the cap and got back into the royal's house. Whoopsie! Shouted the monkey. Fantastic! Cried the pelican. That must be the best window cleaning company job in the world. Billy, said the giraffe, what is the house called and how do we get there? It's called the Hampshire House, I said. It's just over the hill. I'll show you on the way. We're off, cried the monkey. We're off to see the Duke. Giraffe stooped low and went out through the tall door. The monkey jumped off the window sill and on the giraffe's back. The pelican, with me in his beak, hanging on for dear life, flew across and perched on the very top of the giraffe's head. And away we went. It wasn't long before we came to the gates of Hampshire House, and as the giraffe moved slowly, a little bit nervous. What's he like, this Duke? The giraffe asked me. I don't know, I said, but he's very, very famous and very rich. He must be the famous one in Hampshire. People say he has 25 gardeners just to look after his flower beds. Soon the huge house itself came into view. And what a house it was! It was like a palace. It was bigger than a palace. Just look at those windows, cried the monkey. They'll take us forever. Then suddenly we heard a man's voice a short distance away to the right. I want those big black ones at the top of the tree, the man was shouting. Get me those big black ones. We peered round the bushes and saw an oddlish man with an immense white mustache standing under a tall cherry tree. And pointing his walking stick in the air, there was a ladder against the tree, and another man, who's probably a gardener, was up the ladder. Get me those big, black, juicy ones right at the very top, the older man was shouting. I can't reach them, Your Grace, the gardener called back. The ladder isn't high enough. Damnation! Shouted the Duke. I was so looking forward to eating those big ones. Here we go, the pelican whispered to me, and with a swoosh and a swoop, he carried me to the very top of the fairy tree, and there he perched. Pick them, Billy. Pick them, he whispered. Pick them quickly and put them in my beak, the gardener got such a shock he fell off the ladder. Down below as the Duke was shouting, "My gun! Give me my gun! Some damnable monster of a bird is stealing my best cherries! Be off with you, sir! Go away! Those are my cherries and not yours! I'll have you shot for this, sir! Where is my gun?" "Hurry, Billy," whispered the pelican. "Hurry, hurry, hurry!" "My gun!" the Duke was shouting to the gardener. "Get me my gun, you idiot! I'll have that thieving bird for breakfast if you don't see if I don't. I've picked them all," whispered the pelican. At once the pelly flew down and landed right beside the furious figure of the Duke of Hampshire, who was prancing about and waving his stick in the air. "Your cherries, your grace," I said as I leaned over the edge of the pelican's beak and offered the handful to the Duke. The Duke was staggered. He reeled back his eyes, and his eyes almost popped out of their sockets. "Great Scott!" he gasped. "Good Lord! What is this? Who are you?" And now the giraffe, with the monkey dancing about on her back, emerged suddenly from the bushes. The Duke stared at them. He looked as though he was about to have a fit. "Who are these creatures?" he bellowed. "Has the whole world gone completely dotty?" "We are the window cleaners," sang out the monkey. "We will polish your glass till it's shining like brass, and it sparkles like the sun on the sea. We will wood for your grace. We will till we're blue in the face, the giraffe and the pelly and me." "You asked us to come here and see you," the giraffe said. The truth was, at the last beginning of dawn on the Duke, he put a cherry into his mouth and chewed it slowly. Then he spat out the stone. "I like the way you picked those cherries for me," he said. "Could you also pick my apples in the autumn?" We could, we all shouted. "And who are you?" the Duke said, pointing his stick at me. "He is our business manager," the giraffe said. "His name is Billy. We go nowhere without him." Very well, the Duke muttered. "Come along with me and let's see if you're any good at cleaning windows." I climbed out of the pelican's beak and kindly old Duke took me by hand as well. We all walked towards the house. When we got there, the Duke said, "What happens next?" "Well, it's very simple, your grace," the giraffe said. "I am the ladder, the pelly is the bucket, and the monkey is the cleaner. Let's just go." With that, the famous window cleaning gang sprang into action. The monkey jumped down from the giraffe's beak and turned on the garden lamp. The pelican held his great beak under the tap until it was full of water. Then, with a wonderful springy leap, the monkey leaped up once on again to the monkey's back. From there, he sprinkled as easily as if he were climbing a tree, up the long neck of the giraffe until he stood balancing on the very top of her head. The pelican remained standing on the ground beside us, looking up at the giraffe. "We'll do the top floor first," the giraffe shouted. "Down. Bring the water up, please," the Duke called out. "Don't worry about the 2 top floors. You can't reach them anyway." "Who says we can't reach them?" the giraffe called back. "I do," the Duke said firmly, "and I am not having any of you risking your silly necks around here. If you you wish to be a friend with the giraffe, never say anything bad about his neck. Its neck is its proudest possession. What's wrong with my neck? Snapped the giraffe. Don't argue with me, you foolish creature, cried the Duke. If you can't reach it, you can't reach it. And that's the end of it. Now get on with your work. Your Grace, the giraffe said, giving the Duke a small, superior smile. There are no windows in the world I cannot reach with this magical neck of mine. The monkey, who was dancing about most dangerously on top of the giraffe's head, cried out, Show him, Giraffe, show him! Go on and show him what you can do with your magical neck. The next moment, the giraffe's neck, which heaven knows was long enough already, began to grow longer and longer and longer and higher and higher and higher. Watch you see this. Until at last the giraffe's head with the monkey on the top, it was level with the windows on the top floor. The giraffe looked down from her great height and said to the Duke, How's that? The Duke was speechless. So was I. It was the most magical thing I had ever seen. More magical even than the pelican's planted beak. Up above us, the giraffe was beginning to sing a little song, but she sang so softly I could hardly catch the words. I think it went something like this. My neck can stretch terribly high, but higher than eagles can fly. If I ventured to show just how much high it would go, you'd lose your sight out of my head in the sky. The pelican, with his huge beak full of water, flew up and perched on one of the top floor windowsills near the monkey. And now the great window cleaning business really began. The speed which the team worked was astonishing. As soon as one window was done, the giraffe moved on the monkey over to the next one, and the pelican followed. When all 40 fourth floor windows on that side of the house was finished, the giraffe simply drew in her magical neck until the monkey was level with the third floor windows, and off they went again. Amazing! Simply amazing! Cried the Duke. Astonishing! Remarkable! Incredible! I haven't seen out of any of my windows for 40 years! Now I shall be able to sit indoors and enjoy the view. Suddenly, I saw all 3 of the window cleaners stop dead in their tracks. They seemed to freeze against the wall of the house. None of them moved. What's happened to them? The Duke asked me. What's gone wrong? I don't know, I answered. Then the giraffe, with the monkey on her head, tiptoed very gingerly away from the house and came towards us. The pelican flew with them. The giraffe came up very close to the Duke. And whispered, Your Grace, there's a man in one of the bedrooms on the 3rd floor. He's opening all of the drawers and taking things out. He's got a pistol. The Duke jumped about a foot into the air. Which room? He snapped. Show me at once. It's the room on the 3rd floor where the window is wide open. The giraffe whispered. By Gad, cried the Duke. That's the Duchess' bedroom. He's after her jewels. Call the police, summon the army, bring up the cannon, charge with the light bridge. But even as he spoke, the pelican was flying up into the air. As he he flew, he turned himself upside down and tiptoed the top half of the marvelous planted beak, sliding out of his head, ready for action. "What's that crazy bird up to?" cried the Duke. "Wait and see," shouted the monkey. "Hold your breath, old man. Hold your nose. Hold your horses and watch the belly go." Like a bullet, the pelican flew in through the open window, and 5 seconds later, he came out again. With his great orange beak firmly closed, he landed on the lawn beside the Duke. A tremendous banging noise was coming from inside the pelican's beak. It sounded as though someone was using a sledgehammer against it from the inside. "He's got him!" cried the monkey. "Pelly's got the burglar in his beak." "Well done, sir!" shouted the Duke, tapping out with excitement. Suddenly, he pulled the handle of his walking stick upwards, and out of the hollow inside of the stick itself, a long, thin, sharp, shining sword. "I'll run him through," he shouted, throwing the sword like a fencer. "Oh, he's a sword! Open up, pelican! Let me get at him. I'll run the bounder through before he knows what's happened to him. I'll spike him like a pat of butter. I'll feed him his gizzards to my foxhound." But the pelican did not open his beak. He kept it firmly closed and shook his head at the Duke. The giraffe shouted, "The burglar is armed with a pistol, Your Grace. If Pelly lets him out, he'll shoot us all. He can be armed with a machine gun for all I care." Below the Duke, his massive mustaches bristling like brushwood. "I'll handle the fighter. Open up, sir, open up." Suddenly, there was an ear-splitting bang, and the pelican leaped 20 feet into the air. So did the Duke. "Watch out," the Duke shouted, taking 10 rapid paces backwards. He tried shooting his way out and pointing his sword at the pelican. He bellowed, "Keep that beak closed, sir. Don't you dare let him out. He'll murder us all." "Shake him up, Pelly," cried the giraffe. "Rattle his bones. Teach him not to do it again." The pelican shook his head so fast from side to side that the beak became a blur, and the man inside must have felt he was getting scrambled like eggs. "Well done, Pelly," cried the giraffe. You're doing a great job. Keep on shaking him so he doesn't fire that pistol again." At this point, a lady with an enormous chest and flaming orange hair came flying out of the house, screaming, "My jewels! Somebody's stolen my jewels! My diamond tiara, my diamond necklace, my diamond bracelets, my diamond earrings, my diamond rings. They had the lot. My room has been ransacked." So, let's see what happens next. And then this massive female who 50 years ago had been a world-famous opera singer suddenly burst into a song. "My diamonds are over the ocean. My diamonds are over the sea. My diamonds were pinched from my bedroom. Oh, bring them back to me." We were so bellowed over the power of the lady's lungs that all of us, expecting the pelican, who had to keep his beak closed, joined the chorus. Bring back, oh, bring back my diamonds to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my diamonds to me." Okay, we'll stop right there. So we'll stop at page 45, and tomorrow we will read the rest of the giraffe and the Pelly and me. See you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell to get new uploads whenever I make a new video. Bye!